Hello friends, Maddie here, and today I am going to create a simple spaceship or plane, you can say cartoon type of spaceship or plane in Maya, which you can see in my thumbnail. So let's start. First I'm going to create one simple box. And then I'm going to extrude it. Right click face, select this face, shift right click and extrude. And I'm going to extrude it here, and then I'm going to scale it with R, and then I'm going to scale it little bit like this. Okay, and then this I'm going to insert one edge here also. Shift right click, insert edge loop tool, option box. I want edge in center, so I'm going to create multiple edge loops, and I'm going to select one, and I'm going to click here like this, and I'm going to select this faces, and I'm going to delete it. And then I want same mirror here, so I'm going to click edit, duplicate special, option box. This is x axis, this is y axis, and this is z axis. I'm going to click on instance because I want to create instance of this model, and this is x axis, so I'm going to click here and type -1 here, and I'm going to apply it. Okay, and then I'm going to select this face, I'm going to select this face, shift right click and extrude it like this, somewhere around here like this, and I'm going to select right click and edge, click on this edge, and I'm going to push it downward like this here. Okay, so we have something like this. And then I'm going to copy this, then I'm going to click on this both object, I'm going to hit spacebar, mesh and combine. So this is now one object. I'm going to select vertices, click on all these vertices, shift right clicks, merge vertex and merge vertex here. So we have something like this. Then I'm going to select on this model. I'm going to press Ctrl D to duplicate, and I'm going to scale it little bit like this, and I'm going to push it backward little bit like this. So we have something like this, and I'm going to click on this edge and this edge and push it downward like this. Here also this edge and this edge, and push it downward like this. So we have something like this. So now I'm going to select vertices, click on all these vertices and push it backward like this here. And here also I'm going to select all these vertices, and then I'm going to scale it little bit like this around here, and also I'm going to scale it little bit here. So we have something like this. If you want, you can also select this and move it little bit here like this. So now we have something like this. Select faces, all these, click on all these faces and push it downward little bit. click on this edge and this edge and move it little bit upward. Okay, move it little bit. Again, this is not similar, this edge and this edge, so I'm going to isolate this object by clicking here, and then I'm going to click and drag on this face and I'm going to delete it, and again I'm going to click edit, duplicate spatial. So now it is similar. So I'm going to click on this both object, mesh and combine. I'm also select on these vertices, merge vertices and merge vertices again. So I'm going to, so all these vertices are merged, and I'm going to again isolate this object. So we have something like this, and here I'm going to select on this object. I'm going to extrude it little bit like this. G to repeat, W for move tool. I'm going to push it backward little bit like this. Okay, so we have something like this. So now I'm going to create one box in top view. I'm going to click and drag here. I'm going to create one box like this. I'm going to select this face and I'm going to scale it a little bit like this. Then I'm going to select on this edge and I'm going to move it little bit like this. Again I'm going to click Ctrl D to duplicate, and I'm going to scale it little bit like this. I'm going to select this face, press W for move tool, and then I'm going to click and drag here. Okay, so we have something like this. Okay, so we have something like this. Okay friends, so I'm going to select this edge here, and also I'm going to select this edge. I'm pressing W for move tool, and I'm going to little bit scale it little bit like this. So we have something like this. And also here I'm going to select this edge and this edge, and I'm going to scale it little bit in this axis. So we have something like this. Okay, so we have something like this. So now okay, wait a second. So now I'm going to select this box, Ctrl D to duplicate, and I'm going to move it little bit here like this. I'm going to select this face and I'm going to extrude it little bit here. I'm going to move it here, and I'm going to scale it little bit, and I'm going to move it here like this. Okay, wait a second, friends. Okay, I'm going to move it here, and then I'm going to select this face. I'm going to extrude it again little bit. I'm going to scale it little bit, and I'm going to move it here, and then I'm going to select this edge and this edge, and I'm going to move it little bit like this. Also, I'm going to select this edge and I'm going to move it like this edge, and move it little bit here. Okay, so we have something like this. I'm going to select this face. I'm going to little bit. Okay, again I'm going to select this vertexes, and I'm going to move it little bit here like this. Okay, so we have something like this. Now again I'm going to select one box, create one box, click and drag here like this. I'm going to select this box and move it little bit here, and then I'm going to click this face and I'm going to move it little bit here like this, and then I'm going to shift right click, insert edge loop tool. I'm going to insert 4 edge, and I'm going to click here like this, and then I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to move it little bit upward, and again I'm going to select this and I'm going to move it little bit upward like this. So we have something like this. I'm going to select this edge and this edge, and I'm going to soften edge. So we have something like this. I'm going to select this vertexes and I'm going to scale it little bit like this, and I'm going to move it little bit backward. So we have something like this. If you want, you can also bevel this edge little bit, add one segment. So we have something like this. Okay, and again I'm going to copy it, click on this object, Control D to duplicate, and then I'm going to scale it little bit inward like this. I'm going to move it little bit here, scale it little bit, and here I am going to select this and I am going to scale it little bit here like this. So we have something like this. I am going to select this and I am going to scale it little bit like this. Now we have something like this. If you want, you can also move it little bit here. Okay, so we have something like this. Now I am going to create one cylinder in front view. I am going to click and drag here like this. So this is our cylinder, and in attribute editor I am going to give subdivisions cap. I am going to give 0. Then I am going to scale it little bit like this, and I am going to put it here. And then I am going to click on this face, shift right click, extrude, and click and drag on offset, and then G to repeat and move backward like this. Click on this edge, insert edge loop tool option box, equal distance from edge. I am going to click and drag here, click on face, click on this face, double click on this face, and I am going to extrude it like this. So we have something like this. If you want, you can also scale it a little bit. Control D to duplicate, move it here. So we have something like this. Okay, so now we have something like this. So now I'm going to create this back part. I'm going to create one cylinder, click and drag here like this. I'm going to click and drag here like this. I'm going to scale it little bit. Again I'm going to give cap division 0. I'm going to increase subdivisions. Then I'm going to click on this face. I'm going to extrude it little bit like this. I'm going to select this edge, insert edge loop tool. I'm going to insert here. Again I'm going to create faces. Click here, double click on this face. I'm going to extrude it like this. Okay, I'm going to select this vertex and move it backward little bit like this. So we have something like this. Then I'm going to click here, insert edge loop tool. I'm going to insert one edge here. I'm going to click on this vertexes. I'm going to scale it little bit, and then I'm going to select this edge and I'm going to bevel it like this, and I'm going to give one subdivision. So we have something like this. If you want, you can also bevel this edge. Double click on this edge and bevel. So we have something like this. If you want, you can also scale it little bit, move it backward. Okay, so a little bit smaller. Click on all these vertexes and move it here like this. So we have something like this. So now I'm going to click here, Control D to duplicate, and I'm going to scale it little bit like this, and I'm going to move it here. Again I'm going to click Shift D, duplicate this object and move it here. Move a little bit here. Okay. Okay. So now we have something like this. Also, if you want, you can also click on this object, modify center pivot, and then I'm going to scale it little bit if you want it. So now we have something like this. If you want, you can also bevel it like this. Okay, I'm going to bevel it little bit. Press Control D to duplicate and move it here. Move it little bit here. Okay, I'm doing this manually. This is not correct, but I'm going to do it this fast, so that I'm doing manually. Okay, so we have something like this. Now select this edge and this edge, and okay, I'm going to extrude it. Click on this face and this face, shift right click and extrude, and then select these edges and then move it back little bit like this. Okay, if you want you can also click on this edge, and bevel it. So we have something like this. Okay, so this is problem. Click on this face and this face and scale it in Z axis, and select these both faces and move it little bit here. If you want you can also click on these faces and then move it here like this if you want. Okay, so we have something like this. So now I'm going to create rockets. So I'm going to click on cylinder, I'm going to click and drag here. I'm going to create one cylinder here like this. Then I'm going to scale it, and then I'm going to, in attribute editor, I'm going to click on 0 subdivisions. Okay, little bit smaller and little bit bigger like this. And then I'm going to click here this face, I'm going to extrude it. I'm going to extrude it like this. I'm going to click and drag on these faces. I'm going to extrude it like this, and then I'm going to click on these vertices and I'm going to scale it little bit inward like this. Again I'm going to click and drag on this edge like this. Okay, if you want you can also click on these vertices and scale it little bit like this. Click on these vertices and move it little bit backward, little bit like this. And then I'm going to create one box. In this view I'm going to click and drag here like this, and in top view I'm going to scale it. And here I'm going to click on this edge, I'm going to click and drag here and click on this edge, and I'm going to move it little bit backward here and click on these face, and then I'm going to move it here like this. Going to scale it a little bit, and then I'm going to press D for pivot, and I'm going to create move the pivot here, and I'm going to press Ctrl D, and then I'm going to rotate it like this, and then I'm going to press Shift D, and again I'm going to press Shift D. So we have something like this. And then if you want you can also select all this object and then scale it little bit inward like this. And here I'm going to click on this object. I'm going to select spacebar, mesh and combine, and then I'm going to click on all these faces. I'm going to extrude it here, and I'm going to press G to repeat, and I'm going to move it little bit here like this. So we have something like this. And I'm going to soften these hard edges. So we are going to, then I'm going to select this object. I'm going to press spacebar, mesh, combine. I'm going to press Ctrl D to duplicate, and I'm going to move it here. So this is our plane or spaceship ready. I'm going to now just add some materials. I'm going to select this and this part. Okay, wait, this and this part, and I'm going to add new material, Lambert, and I'm going to give blue color. Okay, what is happening here? What is it? Double, I'm going to delete this. Okay, click on this edge and this edge and move it little bit downward like this. Okay, here also I'm going to select on this edge, double click on this edge, and I'm going to soften these edges. Select this edge, double click on this edge, and soften these edges like this. So we have something like this. So then I'm going to click this part, this part, this part. Wait, 1 2 3 4 and 5. Now I'm going to create new material, Lambert. I'm going to create, okay, insert new material, Lambert, and I'm going to select this color. So we have something like this, and then I'm going to click here, shift and insert sign, and I'm going to give new material, Lambert, and I'm going to give pink color. Just I'm going to give reddish pink color. Okay, here also click on this edge and assign existing material, and I'm going to click here. So we have something like this, and then I'm going to create on these rockets, assign existing material. I'm going to click this third material like this, and then I'm going to click on this rocket. I'm going to click and drag on these faces, shift right click, assign existing material. I'm going to just see. Okay, okay, I will give new material here, assign new material, Lambert, and I am going to give baby pink color like this. Here also going to click on all these faces, shift and greater sign, and I am going to again assign existing material and give that color. I am going to delete this rocket, click on this rocket, Ctrl D to duplicate, and I am going to move it here like this. Okay, now I'm going to click on these faces, again shift and insert sign, greater sign, and I'm going to click on this material. So we have something like this. Now for this part I'm going to again existing material, use second material like this, and this part I am going to give assign new material Lambert, and I am going to give green color. Okay, I am going to increase this. Okay, not this much, little bit this much. Okay, I am going to click on this edge. I am going to move it little bit here. I'm going to scale it, and then I am going to click on vertices. I'm going to select all these inner vertices. I'm going to scale it little bit like this. Okay, so I'm going to do little bit here only. I'm going to undo it. Okay, so this is fine. Okay, for this part I'm going to give existing material, give 6 this one, and here also I am going to click on these faces, shift greater sign, and I am going to give this pink material, or I am going to give this pink material, and then I am going for this part I am going to click on here, double click on this face, double click on this face, assign new material, and then I am going to give black color, not this much black. Okay, or I am going to give, wait 1 second. Okay, click on this object. Where is my materials? Click on this material and then give yellow color. Okay, okay friend, so this is a very simple rockets. If you want, you can also click on this face and extrude it like this. If you want, extrude it like this, or move these faces like this if you want for more detail. I am not going to do this. So click on this face, so here is our rocket or plane or spaceship, you can call it. So that's it friend, I hope you like this video. Stay tuned to my channel for more modeling videos like this, and also some gameplay in my channel, and I will see you all of you in my next video. Bye guys.